Hi, it's Mike Stevenson here. Today in this video we're going to look at Turbo 360 and we're going to look at some of the feature enhancements we've done around Azure cost monitoring. Today we're going to be looking at the budgets feature. So over here on my Turbo 360 dashboard we've got the cost analyzer module. This is the internal cost management we do for the various products that we have on Azure. So in this case, we're going to be looking at the Document 360 product today, and we're going to look at how we're doing some of the monitoring for that. So if you notice on the tree here, one of the things we've done is we've added the little traffic lights like we do in some of our other modules to show you where you've got some problems and where you know which things are healthy. So at the minute, I know Churn 360, we're looking at a cost alert we got from Churn 360, something we're just reviewing now. With Document 360, you can see here over on this monitoring tab, this this Document 360 node has all of the data related to my Document 360 costs on Azure for all environments mapped to it. So I may do subnodes on the tree if I want to sort of deep dive on different environments or different parts of the product. But in this case, you know, when I'm going from zero to setting up some monitoring and some management of my costs, the best place to probably start is looking at either your product or your team level and kind of consolidate the view across all of your Azure assets related to that management area. So here we're looking at the Document 360 costs. Now, the bit we're looking at particularly in this video is the budget monitor. So the idea here is that for my product, I've got a spend which is happening in this case per day. You could configure your budget to be per month, for example. Personally, I quite like to keep an eye on it at a quite granular level, so I'm just checking a daily budget, so I get an alert out quite quickly if I see something breaking the expected costs. So what we try to do in Turbo 360 previously, we had the monitoring section over here where you could configure your own monitors to look for quite very controllable areas of cost. So maybe you wanted to look at specific resource types or specific resource group subscriptions, etc. within your team. You can absolutely do your own monitors at a very granular level, but the idea with some of the enhancements we've done is to just make it easier so you don't have to configure as much, so you can get from zero to the monitoring you want in just a click or two. So what I've done with my group budget here is I would click the manage section, and here I would choose what I want my budget to be. So here you could see we could have daily, monthly, or 7 days. We can configure an amount for the budget, so we can look at the trend line and we can configure what we think's the best choice for this budget. So we probably want about 600 a day would be a good choice. We then would click next and we can create how we want our alerts to come out. So for example, here I've just got an email address for the alerts, but I could easily configure notification channels like ServiceNow, or we could have Teams messages coming out, and there's a number of other channels available. We've also got quite a cool little feature here called the Escalation policy. So that's where you can configure an alert for things like send me a Teams message after a period of time if nobody's closed the incident down. You can then get a ServiceNow ticket, so it would drop into your help desk system. Is quite a good example of how you would use the escalation policy. Now, from the group budget here, so you could see it was just a couple of clicks to set it up. If I have any incidents previously, they would show up in the incident tab here, and you would be able to go and acknowledge them, close them down, review the issues that had happened previously. And from a budget perspective, that's your team up and running. You've got a budget so in my case, I've got a budget for the Document 360 product. As I say, I may do more granular stuff later, but if I'm thinking of how my FinOps maturity model works, I need to go from crawl, walk, run. Here I'm setting up some really quick monitoring that just gets me up and moving down that maturity model. and then I can, start getting alerts if I'm breaking my budget, and I can start acting on that. Thank you for listening to today's video. Hope you have a great week.